It's been a long, hard few months here at the Chhin household. Even after the years of giant rats and scorpions and pythons and pit vipers, nothing has prepared us for the devastation termites have caused. Until September, we saw no trace of them at all. They appeared so suddenly in the kitchen that even Paulin thought that we'd only need to knock down the kitchen and rebuild that, thinking that the termites had come up from the ground in that room. It wasn't until we demolished the kitchen that the full extent of our problem could be seen. When termites get into the joists, beam and columns of the load-bearing structure of your house, you know you are in trouble. There was nothing we could do to fix this problem. There was no getting around it. We had to come to terms with the fact that we would have to demolish our beautiful home, built lovingly over 8 years by Paulin and his teams. And so we started making plans, a step-by-step plan that included building a temporary house to live in while we somehow sort out the house, completely eliminate the termites from the land and start again from scratch. A year ago, we finished our garden. A square patch of lawn surrounded by a hedge, flowering plants and mango trees directly in front of our house. A very rare space of peace and greenery in Phnom Penh. But that too has had to be destroyed, as that's where we've had to build our temporary house. When I've put photos of our temporary house up on Facebook, people have commented that it looks very lovely and solid like the houses where they live. It is, of course, very lovely because Paulin would not build it in any other way, but it is definitely not solid. Made using metal and smartboard with insulation to keep it cool, you can see the screws in the walls, ceilings and floors. When you knock on the walls, you can tell it's not solid, but it is strong enough for what we need it for. The temporary house in the garden was finished completely last week, and we started to move some of our belongings into it. It is much smaller than our house, with only enough space for Paulin, Hannah, Alice and I. Our Cambodian daughters, Lai, Tida and Tidet, have had to move their bedroom into Paulin's brother Raz's house, which is in our backyard. Our last night in our termite-infested home was Sunday. The only furniture in our bedroom was the bed, and I was kept awake all night long with the noise of the termites chewing. Our bedroom was the original house and is therefore the worst affected. We moved into our temporary house on Monday and have been sorting out boxes and storage ever since. It's now Friday. Not all our furniture has been able to fit into the new place, as we have had to dramatically downsize, so Paulin and his team have converted the chicken coop at the back of the house to become a storage room for the furniture that won't fit, having first absolutely termite-proofed it. Paulin built the temporary house around the essential furniture, and we have to fit in as much as possible. It's a bit of a tight squeeze in some rooms. As soon as we've moved out, Paulin's team started the process of demolition, first removing and salvaging doors and windows that are not affected by the termites and destroying those that are, and then today they've started to take down the ceilings and plasterboard in our old bedroom. I had thought that demolishing our beautiful home would be highly emotional, but in fact we're all so exhausted and fed up at having to move that the thought of finally getting rid of the termites out of our lives is a relief. Maybe that will change when they start to knock down the external walls. Paulin has already managed to get planning permission from the local authorities. Once the house is demolished, the land will be treated for termites, and Paulin's team will start to put in pilings and foundations based on the results of a report made by engineers from the soil testing laboratory at the Ministry of Water Resources and Meteorology. Then we need to raise the land by 1 metre so the new house doesn't flood, and only then can we start to build the new house. And none of this is going to be cheap, of course. None of this whole drama makes any sense to us. After years building our beautiful home bit by bit, slowly adding what we needed as we had enough money, to suddenly have to completely destroy it all hurts a lot, and we don't understand it. We can only hang on to the promise that God has a plan, and we just don't know what it is yet. When I first left Seaford as a 26-year-old single missionary sent to Cambodia by Seaford Baptist Church, I was presented with this Bible. In Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11, this Bible says, "ត្បិតព្រះយេហូវ៉ាទ្រង់មានបន្ទូលថាអញស្គាល់សេចក្តីដែលអញគិតពីដំណឹងឯងរាល់គ្នាមិនមែនគិតធ្វើសេចក្តីអាក្រក់ទេគឺគិតឲ្យបានសេចក្តីសុខវិញដើម្បីដល់ចំបំផុតឲ្យឯងរាល់គ្នាបានសេចក្តីសង្ឃឹម For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. This is what we cling to. Thank you so much for all the support you have given and are giving us over the years and now. Thank you for being part of what God is doing through us here in Cambodia, and thank you for helping us through our current situation in prayer and encouragement and finances.